Alright, what up? This video is titled How the Chakras Manifest Our Physical Reality. This video is for anybody interested in spirituality, the occult, any sort of mysticism, or just simply unraveling the secrets of the universe. If you're just getting into it, if you're advanced in it, if you've already delved your feet in this video may still be very, very interesting for you. So what am I going to talk about in this video? In this video, I will talk about what the chakras are, like where they originated from, what even the whole thing is, because there seem to be so many misconceptions in people's minds about what this actually is, what the importance of having this balanced energy system is, the importance of having balanced chakras, of being aligned with all your chakras, and why it is important to have this free-flowing energy. And also, I'll mention the consequences of having a blocked chakra or a blocked energy center in your body. I'm going to talk about what the root chakra is, which is the very base chakra, what it represents, what its purpose is, and that's the one I'll be covering in this video because I do not want to make one video covering all the chakras. This is a brief introduction to the chakras as well as mentioning the first base chakra. Right. And then I'll also explain how this energy field, how the chakras are a direct correlation, have a direct correlation between what you are able to manifest into physical reality, how you perceive physical reality on this planet, in this existence. So what are chakras? Now, it is a Sanskrit word that means circular or wheel. It is a word that originated in India between 1500 and 500 BC, and there have been Vedic texts that are documented on chakras. Now, there are 7 chakras in the body, but each of these 7 chakras actually has an additional 7 chakras, and it is said that the body has as many as 114 chakras all in all. Now, what even are these chakras? Many cultures, religions, or spiritual esoteric texts across many cultures across all of human history have talked about the concept of something being outside of our physical body, of our body having a certain energy which is not measured in physical terms, which is out of our physical material 3D like perception, right? And there are many terms which are associated with the word chakra, which would be chi or prana, aura, vital force, vital energy, electromagnetic field, right? Recently, the word aura has become very popular on the internet. Even it's become like mass popular. I don't know how this trend started, but I'm glad that, this whole spiritual thing is becoming mainstream, because I believe it is, a gradual process until everybody is in it and is seeing everything for themselves. So this electromagnetic field, which our body produces, which the heart produces, creates this toroidal field all over the body and hovering across the body, creating a torus field, as you see in the apple, as you see with the energy flow of pretty much every atom in the galaxy. You see this toroidal field everywhere in nature because it is all interconnected. It is all the toroidal field that is the structure of the atom. And it's the same for the human aura or the human chakra system, right? So each chakra has a unique vibrational frequency, and each being at a different frequency of the light spectrum has a specific color associated with it. The torus field flows, as you see in the diagram on the screen, through the central channel of the body, which would be the head, and into the earth, grounding itself. And then it circles back around the body back through the central channel. And as this vital energy rises, as it keeps flowing and circulating, because as I've mentioned, it is the word wheel or circular, as it circulates around the body, it encounters each other chakra's electromagnetic field. They communicate with each other. They sort of keep each other in balance, which is why it is important to have this free-flowing energy, which is why you've maybe heard the term blocked chakra before. I'll get into this in a while. Now, this flow of energy is the flow of pure spirit consciousness. It is the real you, the soul, the energy, the non-material vitality which you encompass, right? Now, as it moves down into the earth, then reflects back up, it creates this energetic flow which crystallizes or materializes into what we may call the physical body, which is the meat skeleton which we use to navigate the existence on this planet. That's all there is to it. I don't know if this was too much at once, but we're getting into some things today. Now, each chakra is a wheel of energy which moves along our main energetic channel, which is the spine, which is the base of the central nervous system. I cannot stress the importance and the role which the spine plays in our existence. It is like the base structure of our entire being, because it literally is the base of the central nervous system, which is how we perceive this reality. The spine is so deeply ingrained into the occult, spirituality, all that type of stuff. For example, there are 33 vertebrates in the spine, and in Freemasonry, the 33rd degree is the highest degree of Freemasonry. For example, there was another individual in human history who has died at the age of 33, which is probably the most influential man alive. I'm not getting into detail here, but what I'm trying to say is that the number 33 and the spine has a great kind of influence on our life and on the occult. It is a very symbolic item in the occult kind of thing we got going on. So, where was I? These wheels, they move high frequency light energy or photons into our body, meaning that how we integrate these energies and the balance of those systems ultimately determines our level of consciousness and what we are able to manifest into this physical existence. If it is not flowing in your body, it cannot flow in your life. Let me explain this deeper. So this energy, it flows, right? It is going in constant circular motion. This torus field is constantly circulating around the body. And this creates our entire perception of physical reality, because, as I just mentioned, if something is not manifesting in physical reality, that means it is initially blocked off on the energetic level, on the spiritual kind of energetic level, right? So I'll get into the blocked thing in a very tiny bit. Now, each chakra also rules their own endocrine gland in the body, meaning it affects our physical well-being on a chemical and scientific level. So it has a direct effect on our physical body and the way chemical reactions occur in our body. Any blockages, any disturbances, disbalances in our body. What's interesting about the word disbalance is that it's the whole kind of goal of the chakra system. It's the whole point. It's to balance the energies of the body. But what's interesting about the word balance, there are 7 chakras, as I mentioned. The 7 main ones, which are, the 7 main chakras of the body, which are used to balance energy. If we look at astrology and tie it into that, the Libra zodiac is the 7th zodiac. And the Libra is the scale, which is used to balance things out, which is what determines the homeostasis type of thing going on in the body, right? I just found that interesting to mention for some reason. But let's get into the difference between free-flowing energy, when these circles are spinning in harmony and, clear vitality, versus when they are blocked off, when they are disturbed, when they're, wobbly and messed up. So when they're free-flowing, it allows for pure freedom of expression and a state of abundance with a lack of limitation. That's when your body, your physical body, your mental state, your spiritual being, your emotional being, right, is able to live in complete harmony. That's when you are healthy on all levels, right? And disease and disturbance occurs as soon as there is a certain disturbance in the electromagnetic field, in the chakra system, in the aura. You get what I'm saying? What happens when the energy is blocked? Now, since, as I've just mentioned, your life is a reflection of your energy, an unbalanced energy system will make you perceive physical reality as disbalanced because you're only able to perceive it through a disbalanced filter. It's like me putting on, wait, bro, I've got the coolest sunglasses, right? So look at my eyes now. I'm wearing glasses, so I can see reality clearly. These glasses right here, they represent free-flowing energy, free-flowing chakras when they are in harmony and balanced. But as soon as they become disbalanced, this is what happens. And now, everything that I perceive in physical reality is through this darkened lens, is through this foggy, darkened lens. Ain't these cool as fuck? You gotta admit, these are cool as fuck. These is cool ass glasses I just got. Yeah, so I might just keep recording like this for the extra aura that it's gonna give me. Right. Yeah, so now that my energy field is kind of dirty and disbalanced, everything that I perceive in physical reality is gonna be darkened, is gonna be through that veil, right? And the way you fix your circumstances in physical reality is by going back to the spiritual, energetic self and seeing where you're going wrong with your life. I mean, it's okay. I said that very incorrectly. Seeing what causes these blockages in your electromagnetic field, in your chakra system, and work towards taking off that lens, right? So I think that was a pretty good explanation. Where was I? If one chakra is blocked with certain energetic garbage, it creates that disturbance, which causes the wheel to kind of wobble and distort in its kind of flow, right? And that wobble interrupts the flow of the entire energy field, since it must pass through this tainted and wobbly chakra instead of being freely able to travel through the central channel in a pure straight line. As I've mentioned, in this toroidal structure, in this toroidal field, it's constantly flowing, and while it's flowing, it's moving through every single one of the chakras. They all interact with each other. It is one organism, right? What's also interesting to mention is that the earth itself has chakras. Did you know that? Here's a fun fact for you, class. Yeah, but your teacher didn't teach you that. Who's the teacher now? To every teacher that didn't like me, bro, who's the teacher now? Every teacher that kicked me out of the classroom, told me, you're gonna be unemployed. They were 100% right about that one, but they were wrong about the fact that I don't know about the chakras of the planet. Yeah, that's where I got you. All right. How fun. How the tables have turned. Yeah. You know what's funny? Imagine like if I can like consistently get like, I don't know, let's say even 100 people to watch my videos, which is pretty much already happening now, which is kind of crazy because that happens so quickly. But the teachers that used to tell me like, oh, you're not gonna be shit, bro, their classroom got like maybe 5, 10, 20 students. Bro, I have a lecture hall over here. I just beat all my teachers. I just beat all my teachers, bruv. And I sound so much more interesting and so much cooler teaching my class. I bet you would agree. Anyways, I'm a high school dropout, bruv. But that's what caused me to, if I just dropped out of high school and then didn't do any further study, I would just feel stupid. So to overcompensate, I went on to, this is highly recommended. This is where they talk about that whole toroidal field. They talk about crazy stuff in this. It's called the Hearth book. Another book I can recommend is the Energy Codes by Sue Morter. This book is a giant inspiration for this video. It gave me a lot of information. And she also talks about yoga practices or certain breathing techniques which you can implement to get a free flow energy of these chakras. She goes into so much depth. It is, once again, such a recommended book. Back to the topic. Now, right, this disordered and unbalanced energy field has a direct influence on our perception of reality, which creates blockages in physical reality, which can cause feelings of irritability, anxiety, hopelessness, unworthiness, depression, and many other natural disorders. It has a direct influence on what physical symptoms arise and how the body becomes disbalanced. What's interesting that I want to mention, something interesting I want to mention, let's see. I study a natural healing art named homeopathy, and it is an energetic form of healing. They're like little white like pilule type balls, and they kind of just contain the remedy, but the remedy operates at an energetic level because it allows for healing of the individual on an energetic level. As we know, as I've just explained, the energetic level, the spiritual, non-perceivable by material 3D thinking type of body that we possess, that has a direct influence on physical complaints, physical disturbance in the body to manifest. So healing, the deepest healing that you can give another person, comes from within themselves, obviously, but it is a medicine which is used to stimulate kind of the body to heal itself on an energetic level, right? I talk about homeopathy on this channel. You can find some videos if you scroll around a bit. It is one of my biggest passions and interests. I just wanted to, put that out there in case this may be something for you, right? So, right. Now, what chakras, now that I've explained what the kind of concept behind chakras is, I want to get into what the 7 chakras are, but I'll only explain the root chakra because I do not want this to be a 2-hour-long video. Nobody in my generation has the attention span to sit through anything more than a YouTube short, so I gotta keep it short. So we start at the root chakra, right? Then there's the sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, and crown chakra. This is definitely something I'm gonna turn into a series, and this is the first video of this series. And I will just make more videos describing what each chakra is about, etc., etc. But that's for a later time. Now, the root chakra. The root chakra is represented by the color red. It has to do with our basic survival, with our basic needs, kind of. If we look at, what was it, Maslow's pyramid? You know how they took like Maslow's pyramid, which they put into like business lectures and make it seem like it's scientific and whatnot, right? This is just a fucking copy of the chakra system. If you compare these two and what each layer of these pyramids stand for, they just took it from spirituality, and they say like, oh, spirituality, none of what you're talking about here, chakras, they're not real because science cannot perceive it. Yeah, science cannot perceive it. That's because science is not advanced enough to perceive what exists in reality. You think science can explain every single phenomenon within our existence? Really? You think we're really at the peak of our evolution? You don't believe that human evolution is not a linear process? Human evolution is not like the stock market where it's just... No. Human evolution is not like a straight line just going upwards, like better. It's like the stock market. It goes up, then it goes down, then it goes up. Then there's like a tsunami that wipes out 95% of the human population, bringing like a big stock market crash, like in 2008. And then humanity, kind of grab their balls and build up civilization for hundreds of thousands of years, not reaching even a percentage of what may have existed hundreds of thousands of years ago. Look at Atlantis, look at the pyramids. Bruv, I believe the pyramids were built using vibrational frequency, but, obviously, trust the science. Yeah, science knows everything. We're at the peak of our civilization. Yeah, just because we have an iPhone. Oh, look how cool my iPhone is. It got the chakras. You see? Can the camera see that? You see, it got the whole chakra system. You see how? Yeah, I'm into this shit. All right. Now, the root chakra. It is, it has to do with the base level things, such as security, survival, safety, our physical needs, food, and feeling grounded in your being, feeling grounded in yourself, feeling comfortable in your physical body. Now, the mantra of the root chakra would be I am. The location is the base of the spine. It is the lowest chakra. It is the most closely associated to the animalistic, instinctual, reptilian type of nature which we possess as human beings, right? And let me talk about this chakra in balance versus when it is unbalanced. Let me get a sip of water, please. All this yapping, crazy. Alright. So, in balance, you are going to be firmly grounded in yourself and the world around you. You will feel belonging. You will not feel separated. You will feel as if you are part of the whole thing, part of the entire universe, interconnected with everybody. You do not feel this lonesome, crushing separation, right? You operate based on trust in the divine, and you do not operate on fear, because fear is like the most reptile-like, what is it called? Fight or flight type of thing, right? It is a very, if not the most primitive state of our being. It is the animalistic reptilian fight or flight nature, right? So in balance also we have self-mastery, high physical energy, and vibrant health. That's when you are balanced in your physicality. Now, it's very important to have a healthy root chakra because it affects every single other one of the chakras. You cannot evolve or elevate your rise in consciousness when your root chakra is disabled. You cannot pursue intellectual, romantic, or spiritual pursuits when your base needs are threatened, right? So let me explain that. Let me explain the importance of having a balanced root chakra. Since it deals with our basic needs of survival, this animalistic part of ourselves, if these needs are not met, if you don't have enough money for your basic needs, you're in a dangerous situation, you feel threatened every day, and genuinely, not just based on your delusion, but that is going to hinder the growth of other energy centers. And that would make sense, because when your base needs are not met, you don't have the time or the energy or the need, completely justifiable, to think about things like, am I, working on my throat chakra of expression? Am I working on my third eye, which is knowledge? Am I working on my crown chakra, which is, the astral plane and spirituality? No one has time for spirituality, intellectualizing, being a philosopher, when your basic, very, very basic root chakra needs are not met. So in order to rise in consciousness, you need to have your basic needs met, at least to the degree where your life is not completely threatened. I don't have a PhD in root chakra disbalance, but I'm just trying. I'm trying, trust me. All right. So an unbalanced root chakra is going to dump energetic garbage onto other chakras, causing more and more disbalance. As I've told you, they're all interconnected, which means that one disbalanced chakra, for example, the root chakra, is going to affect the sacral chakra, which is the one right above it, which has to do with pleasure, sexuality. That's for another video. Now, when the root chakra is out of balance, you may feel ungrounded. That is when you are not connected with the one. You feel separated, you feel alone, you're scared, right? That can cause feelings of depression, anxiety, and fear to arise. It causes greed. It causes certain eating disorders. Let's talk about greed, right? Since it has to do with, the basic needs. Some people may be billionaires or whatever, but they have this fear that their needs are still not met. They still don't feel safe. And that causes them to acquire more and more money, acquires them to, become greedy. And that is kind of like the dark side of the root chakra when it is out of balance. That is, for example, the delusion that no matter how much money you have, you are, threatened. Your basic survival is threatened. I guarantee you there are millionaires that could never work another day in their life and have enough money to live a luxurious life, that wake up and go to sleep with the feeling that, oh, it might all go away. It might all go away. You see? Because the trouble when you don't got any money is being like, yo, I need some money. But the problem with having a lot of money is that now you're like, I hope I don't lose all my money. It's anxiety either way. Either way, it's just a bunch of anxiety and trouble and a headache. So you just get to choose your headache. You got what I'm saying? But yeah, as Buddhist teachings mention, the suffering is unavoidable in this physical existence. You just choose what is, your preference. Nice. Cool. All right. Since the root chakra also is connected to physical things, it would rule the intestines or the lower part of the body, right? Which in a disbalanced state can cause pain or certain disturbances on the physical level. Now, one of the last things I'm going to mention in this video is that I feel like a lot of what the world now operates in, and a lot of people nowadays, operate strictly from the root chakra, which, as I mentioned, is the base level reptilian thinking, which prioritizes instinctual behavior. And that is why the world is becoming more and more degenerate, which is why there is, still violence. Even in places where there is no need for any. That is why everything is so over-sexualized. Look at a bunch of casinos they all have the color red in their logo, hinting to the root chakra. If we look at a lot of like strip clubs or porn websites or sexual service type of services, they feature the color red, right? Because it's meant to trigger that reptilian part of you. It's meant to trigger that animalistic, instinctual part of your being that's gonna go crazy and, you know, pursue whatever that reptilian mind has in front of it, right? The Matrix doesn't do that on accident. It's all used against us. Hence why it is so important to understand these certain spiritual concepts. Because, let me give you a hint. Look at like the top 100 fast food companies in America. Their logos are all either yellow or orange or red. Those being the three lowest chakras, which are the closest to your animalistic instinctual side. Does that make any sense? The number one porn company in the world, which is Pornhub, is orange. The logo is orange, which is the sacral chakra, which literally rules sexuality. You see how the Matrix tries to use your spiritual powers against you. You see how this goes down. Yes. This is realer than real. This is spiritual warfare, my friends. You gotta get your knowledge up. You gotta get their weapons ready. You gotta load the bazookas because they're coming in hot. And if you lack certain knowledge, if you lack, you know, if you have a blocked root chakra, it's gonna be more and more difficult because this is what's going on. We are in a spiritual warfare. So get your army prepared. Get your battalion ready. Right. And like, for example, you know when, for example, there was like a certain thing that happened, you know, start of 2020, where people were freaking out and you saw people running to the stores, buying up all the food there was, buying up all the toilet paper, thinking that, you know, the apocalypse has started, everything's gonna run out, we're all gonna starve to death, we're all gonna have to start killing each other for, I don't know, basic food or something. That is root chakra behavior, my friends. That is the prime example, and I could not have explained it any better, of what a unbalanced root chakra is. It is a pure state of fear, and many people nowadays operate strictly out of fear. Not based on some higher ideals or some higher, I don't know, anything, some higher ideals, some moral principles. People got no morals nowadays. They just, oh, this scary, I go away. This uncomfortable, I stay away. That is why it is so easy for the Matrix to win. But I'm fighting the cause, my friends. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. I think that was good. Also, yeah, a disbalanced root chakra will make you feel disbalanced, irritable, exhausted, stuck, or feeling that you are unable to take certain action. I think I've talked enough in this video. How long is this? 33 minutes. Bro, I think I did a fucking decent job putting this all into a 34-minute long video. I can't even lie, I think that was good. I think that was a good introduction. Once again, let me get back to these two books that I highly recommend you read. The Energy Codes by Dr. Sue Morter. The Hearth book. This is going to be a series. The next chakra I'm going to talk about is going to be the sacral chakra. So if you're still here, thank you for watching. And yeah, I can't wait to speak on the other stuff because this is all very, very interesting stuff that I very much like talking about. All right, thank you for being here. See ya.